friends, hello. Welcome to your midweek meditation. My name is Faye and I go live here on this platform every Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern Time. Hello. If you're live, feel free to drop a comment letting me know how you're doing. If you're catching the replay, drop a hashtag replay and let me know how you're going as well. And if you see me looking at two different cameras, it's because I am streaming on Instagram as well as on this other platform, which is my Facebook group and my YouTube channel. And I think LinkedIn as well. But anyways, we're here and today we are doing a little short seated stretch breathe practice, and it's definitely inspired by taking the time to slow down in our busy lives is so important, right? Oftentimes when we do things fast or we do things very quickly, we miss a lot of stuff, right? We miss, hi Chloe, so glad you could be on. Sorry. So, when we're doing things fast, like working out, for example, so there are some movements where we do move really quickly, and then there are some where maybe moving quickly isn't good, right? Because you could hurt yourself potentially, right? When you're moving through life really quickly, you're not taking any of time to savor what's going on in your physical, emotional, mental health, body, everything, all of those things. So this is an invitation to slow down, reconnect to your breath, reconnect to being present in this moment, and connecting with your breath. And all of these movements are relatively simple, but of course, feel free to use your own discretion when it comes to moving. You know your own body best, and it will be a pretty simple practice. We'll just do a few stretches, and then we'll close out with a couple of breaths together. And again, this is a midweek meditation. I do these every Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern Time, and sometimes they're meditations, sometimes it's breath techniques, and today is a little bit of breath and movement. So we'll go ahead and get started soon. Let me back up a little bit so you can see me. And again, I'm looking at two different cameras, so if you see me looking at two different screens, that's probably why. All right. So for this practice, you can do it with your eyes open or closed, it doesn't really matter, but we're gonna just simply start with some shoulder shrugs. So let's breathe in through the nose, and as we breathe in, draw our shoulders up. And then as we breathe out, allow the shoulders to fall down, away from the ears. Do this a couple more times, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And this time, now we'll shift our breath into breathing in, one breath in here. And then as you breathe out, draw that chin to the chest. A nice stretch for the back of the neck. Breathing in, and maybe the gaze goes as far as comfortable for you. And then on your breath out, drawing that chin to the chest. Feel free to continue doing a couple of these at your own breath, seeing if you can match the breath to the movement. Breathing in, and moving up, and breathing out, looking down. And when you finish your next round, return back to center. Go ahead and begin to shift our breath into breathing in. And then as you breathe out, look over one of your shoulders. It doesn't matter which one. The key is seeing if you can match the movement with your breath. Breathing in, returning back to center. And then breathing out, turn over to the other side. Breathing back into center. And breathing out, looking to the other side. Continue this at your own pace, keeping in mind to match breath to movement. spend some time noticing how each side feels as you shift from side to side. And when you feel evened out on both sides, you return back to center. And we'll take our hands up to the sky, inhaling them up nice and tall. And then exhale them down. Just keeping this movement really simple. We're really focusing on that breath and movement connection here. And taking this time to be mindful of what's going on in our mind and our body. How these simple movements feel. Maybe what thoughts arise. If your mind begins to wander to other thoughts or things that you need to get done, it's okay. It's part of the practice. Just gently acknowledge that you have a thinking mind. And then simply return back to the breath, back to this movement. You can do one more round of this up and down movement. And then we're going to add some twists. So inhale those hands up to the sky. And then exhale, twisting over to one side. The opposite hand can come to that opposite knee. Maybe that hand rests back behind you. The gaze can be wherever, but maybe you decide to look over that shoulder as well. Inhale those hands up to the sky, nice and slow, and exhale, twisting over, looking over the opposite shoulder. Breathing in, the hands come back to center, and breathing out and twist. Again, you can do this at your own pace and at your own breath. This slow breath and this slow movement is helpful to calm our nervous system, to let us know that we are safe right now, we are okay, and we are allowed to move slow. We are allowed to be present with how we're feeling. Maybe you finish up your last side and allow your hands to come down to your lap. And we're actually going to get into our hips a little bit because if you're seated a lot, you might have some tight hips. So we're going to take one leg, place that ankle right over that knee, keeping that foot flexed, so like you're gonna stamp a footprint right on the wall next to you. And then let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And then as you breathe out, start to hinge forward at the hips. There's no need to round the spine. There's no need to go your knee to your shin bone. You can stay right here. And then breathing in, rise back up. And then breathing out, lowering down, hinging forward at the hips. Just pausing where you feel a little tension, but not any pain or discomfort. Breathing in, sitting up. And then breathing out, starting to hinge forward at the hips, stopping again where you feel your edge. And then maybe you take your hands and just gently place them down and start to round over, looking down towards the ground. Taking a couple breaths here, just breathing. Noticing how this feels in your hips. And seeing if you can soften and release any tension you might be holding in your jaw or your face. or your arms or your legs. See if you can just melt into this posture just a little bit more. On your next inhale, we rise back up, breathing in. Allow that other foot to come down to the ground. Breathing out. Now let's bring that other foot up, ankle to the knee. Foot is nice and flexed to keep protection of the knee. And we'll breathe in. And then on your breath out, we'll hinge forward at the hips. Slow and gentle movement. Breathing in, rising up. And exhale, breathing out. Hinging forward at the hips. On your next inhale, rise up. And then exhale, hinging forward at the hips. And maybe you can bring your hands to your shins and allow yourself to softly gaze down towards the ground and maybe relax down, soften and relax into this position. Noticing what this feels like. Maybe you notice some differences from each side. Maybe you don't notice anything different, and that's fine too. Just remembering that being here in this present moment, allowing yourself to soften and relax, is sometimes all we really need to help calm our nervous system, to help invite in a little more relaxation and presence. And then on your next inhale, we'll rise up, lowering that foot down as you exhale. One final movement together. Let's inhale those hands up to the sky like we did before. And then exhale, we're gonna broaden our shoulders and draw our elbows down to the ground. Cactus pose. Keeping the heart open. Breathe in, drawing the hands up to the sky. Exhale, slowly draw those elbows down as you have a nice gentle exhale out. And if you aren't already, go ahead and breathe in through the nose. Inhale the hands up, and then breathe out through the mouth this time. Exhaling, drawing the shoulders down, drawing the elbows down. We're gonna do a couple lion's breath as well. Very simple. All we'll do is on our exhale, we'll draw our breath out, or we'll stick our tongue out as we breathe out through the mouth. So inhale, drawing the hands up to the sky, nice and slow. And then exhale, sticking the tongue out. Beautiful. A couple more times just like that. Inhale those hands up to the sky. And exhale, draw the elbows down, cactus the arms, open the heart, stick out the tongue. One more time. Inhale those hands all the way up. And then exhale, letting everything go, drawing the elbows down. And maybe the hands come down to the lap. And if it's comfortable, maybe you just take a moment to soften the eyes down or close them down fully. Just take a moment to connect with the breath, with the beating in your heart. This beautiful moment that you have taken time for yourself. Remembering that learning to slow down doesn't mean that we need to do everything slowly, but it does mean that we can allow ourselves to have more clarity, more inspiration perhaps, of what our next best move might be. When we calm our nervous system down, if we're like stressed or overwhelmed, when we calm that down, that gives us time and space to be able to make decisions with more clarity, more relaxation, so that we know really what we want and what we're going for. Maybe you take one hand or both hands up to your heart space here. Just take a moment of gratitude for this time that you've taken for yourself. No matter how it felt in your body, knowing that you took some time and just connected with your breath, with how you are in this exact moment. And knowing that you have this ability and tool that you can take with you wherever you need, wherever you are, and use it whenever you need to. We have amazing tools inside of us. Breathing in and breathing out. You can maybe lower the hands down to the lap if they were at the heart space. And gently begin to blink open the eyes if they were closed. Welcoming yourself back into this present moment. Thank you so much for meditating with me today, for this sit, stretch, and breathe chair practice. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week. And I will be here next Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern Time with another short 10 to 15 minute guided meditation or stretch practice. So feel free to hop on. And again, since you finished the video, definitely comment down below how this practice went for you. Thank you, Mother Modika. I'm not sure if that's your name, but so glad to have you. Hello. And if you need the replay, happy to share that information over as well. And you can also see my little puppy, who you may have heard in the background as well. Oh, hey Chloe. So glad to have you here. So yeah, I will see you next week, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye everyone.